Welcome to Every Coach Needs a Coach, the podcast for coaches of all sports and all age groups to learn from coaches and people they may otherwise never have the chance to meet. Today on See One, Do One, Teach One, we are back. I apologize for the hiatus. We got a puppy in September, and he is awesome, and he takes up all of my free time. So I had to put the podcast on hold because I was juggling too many balls. And now he's 5.5 months, and he's great, and he can finally spend some time on his own. So we are back, and I'm really happy to be doing this again. So we're going to pick up where we left off, and I'm going to tell you a story about happiness. It goes like this. There was a boy whose family was very wealthy, and one day his father took him on a trip into the country where he wanted to show his son how poor people live. So they arrived to a farm of a very poor family, as he considered them. So they spent several days there, and when they returned, the dad asked the son, "Did you like the trip?" And the son says, "Oh, it was great, Dad." And the dad said, "Well, did you notice how poor people live?" And he said, "Yeah, I did." So he said, "Tell me more." And he said, "Well, we only have one dog, and they have four of them. And in our garden, there's a pool, while they have a river that has no end. We've got expensive lanterns and lights, but they have the stars above their heads at night. We have a patio, and they have the whole horizon. We have only one small piece of land, but they have endless fields. We buy food, but they grow it. We have a high fence for protection of our property, and they don't need it, as their friends protect them." The father was stunned. He couldn't say a word. Then the boy added, "Thank you, Dad, for letting me see how poor we are." So the story shows that true wealth and happiness aren't measured by material things, right? Love and friendship and freedom are far more valuable. That's kind of the takeaway that I had, and I think that we're supposed to get from that story. Probably more important is that perspective is everything, right? Look around at what you have and appreciate it, because there are people who are praying for what you have, and there's probably a past version of you who was praying for what you have now, including your problems, right? I very quickly will tell you, like, as a business owner, going on my third year, right? March, it'll be 3 years. I think I have problems now. I prayed for these problems when I first started the business, right? I was dying to have the types of issues that I'm having now, right? Of developing systems, right? And patient input and needing someone to help me with this stuff because I'm starting to get busy, and I was dying for these problems, right? I was working so hard to get these as my problems. So look around at what you have, appreciate it, understand, especially as coaches, gosh, the grass could always be greener. I like to say, like, I would never trade problems with another coach. I'm very fortunate. My kids are good kids. I never really have to worry about detention or grades or, you know, disciplinary action in school. I wouldn't trade problems with any other coach. If my biggest problem is my kids can't make layups, I'm doing okay. Right? If my biggest problem is, we can't put the ball in the net, we're doing okay. So perspective is everything. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you for spending some time with me today. Keep getting better every day.